out for that next week. But right now, we are moving this show along with another very funny act working around town, and his name is Dhawal. Fuck, I spent so much time concentrating on remembering the first part of the day, saying, I have to look at the notes. I know it's very unprofessional to take notes out on the stage, but really high before the show. That is not professional either, really. So, let's welcome Dhawal Selarka, everybody.
Fucked up the first part too. So yes, my name is Dhawal. Dhawal. The W is pronounced as a V. Why? Because fuck me. It's an Indian name. If you're curious about the definition, in Sanskrit it means pure or white. So whenever I see headlines about white supremacy, I just put Dhawal in there, make myself giggle a little. You know? And if you've been following the news, you see quite a bit of Dhawal supremacy in there. So double power. Now I know Dhawal is not a common name. You know, when you see it on a piece of paper, you're not quite sure whether it's a name or it's a fucking word jumble. It's a very confusing thing to look at. But we know that. You know, I'd be surprised if the opposite were true. You know, like. For instance, a few months ago, I got a new phone, I got a new number, so I texted all my contacts. I said, hey, this is Dhawal, new number. And one of my friends texted back, and she's like, Dhawal? Which Dhawal? That fucking shook me. Now, half my identity is based around being the only Dhawal. She knows two or more? It's a real fucking Highlander situation. Anyone here married? Yes, very nice. I actually celebrated my 5th anniversary this year. But before that, I was in a long-term relationship with another woman, and my ex, she was really insecure. She always thought that she wasn't enough for me, and I always found that silly, but I remember reading at the time that you should always validate and acknowledge their feelings instead of dismissing them. So I cheated on her. Don't judge me too harshly. Come on. It was a win-win situation. Her feelings were validated, and I met my wife, so. My wife actually really loves that joke, because we don't get to talk about how we meet a lot, so. We actually had a kid during the pandemic. One of the first things you notice when you have a kid is how smart they are. You know what I mean? Like for the first couple of years, they can't really do anything but cry, right? That's the only way they can communicate with you and get your attention. And in that first year, you can really hear them practicing and experimenting with their pitch and tone, trying to prime the perfect cry that will make you want to kill yourself. This will, of course, backfire if you have postpartum, for the record. The delayed laugh was still a win for me. I had a kid relatively young too. Having a kid at 29 these days is young to have a kid by choice. It's not like the boomers who had kids at 12 or something like that. I don't really know much about the boomers except they all bought houses at fucking 15 after working at a lemonade stand for the summer. What I do know, though, as the child of boomers, is that they all treat us, millennials and Gen Zers, as tech support, right? That's what they do. So, another story, my parents call me and they have trouble with their scanner. It's not working. My first question, who the fuck uses a scanner? Just take a fucking picture. Scan it. Whatever, though. I try to help them, we go through the motions. I ask them to turn on their computer. My dad's reading me the fucking model number, Canon F3, like it means anything to me. And then, after a half hour, I'm like, fuck it, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, I can't fix your scanner. And it's bad enough that they treat us like tech support, but it's worse when you're the Indian child of your parents. Because my parents have been here so long, they effectively have bought into the stereotype of the Indian tech support worker. So now they're getting angry, right? They're like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what's wrong with your scanner. I'm sorry, I'm not tech support. And then there's just quiet. And a long sigh from my mother. You're just too Canadian. Like, what the fuck? Is that what separates a Canadian from a non-Canadian? Their ability to fix their parents' fucking scanner? It's like they think India won independence from the British by putting them on hold for 3 hours. Honestly, I think it's a point of pride for them. You know, like the export of Indian tech support workers is somewhere between butter chicken and Gandhi. Anyone here a fan of true crime? Yeah, Netflix doesn't lie. My wife, I like true crime, but my wife, she really fucking loves true crime. I just don't like watching it with her though. She does this thing and it makes me uncomfortable where she critiques the killers. Like, we were watching the show and the wife kills the husband and buries him in the backyard. And she's just sitting there with her arms crossed, shaking her head. Amateur. Backyard's the first place they look. And I guess I must have rolled my eyes, because I'm really sick of her speaking from a position of authority, because as far as I know, she's never killed anyone. And she must have seen, because she looks me straight in the eyes, leans forward and says, you know, they'd never find you. That scared the fucking shit out of me. Holy shit, I've seen her like Google autocomplete that's like how to dissolve a body and lie, you know? You know you can get a bone saw on Amazon? Yeah, next day delivery, I know because she showed me. Despite all that, I love my wife more than anything in the world. And so if I ever disappeared, don't believe a fucking word she says. And this is especially important. Look for bones. Because you can't burn bone. Trust me, it's true. My wife told me that. All right. I'll do one more for you guys. Anyone here like dolphins? Cool. The world's love for dolphins has taught me that if you're cute enough and speak in a really adorable language that no one understands, no one's gonna give a shit if you're a rapist. It's true. How do you think Bill Cosby got away with it for so long? You know, Bill, did you put something in that woman's drink? And he just did that for 40 years. All right, that's my time.
Dhawal Selarka, everybody. Yes. Right. You know what? Now I've forgotten that because this is one of these. I hope